People at home with bodies. It is I, Kristina, here at Fit and Bendy in LA, and I'm going to talk to you about the difference between open splits and square splits. Really important to know the difference between these two splits and what each of them is good for. An open split is really good for performance when you're trying to create a pretty shape. In the open split, the pelvis is rotated towards the back leg, and this makes your legs look longer and creates a long, beautiful line. It's a split that can really help you sink deeply towards the floor, and it's used a lot by dancers and gymnasts when they want to look beautiful in their performances. The square split is a great training split. In the square split, both of your hip bones are in line and you're trying to get your spine as straight as possible. So it's putting a lot more pressure on the flexibility of your hips and hamstrings. Here's why that's important. Reason number one, when we are stretching our hips, we're not just stretching one muscle or two muscles, we're stretching entire groups of muscles. So we're stretching 11 different muscles across the front of our hips. We're stretching, depending on how you look at it, 3 to 5 muscles in the back. We're stretching the muscles in the sides of our hips. When we relax into the split and just allow it to open up, our body takes the path of least resistance and starts to overstretch the parts of our hips that are already flexible, leaving the tight stuff unstretched, still tight. Number two, if your long-term goals are to be better at more advanced flexibility moves, having a square split is going to be very important. When you start working on bringing your foot towards your head, if your hips are open, you'll notice that foot won't go to your head. It's going to go wandering off on its own in the opposite direction. To get your foot to your head, your hips need to be square. Number two, in your back bends, you will start to notice an external rotation of the hips that leads to the dreaded frog leg bridge. And this will definitely be an impediment to having really deep, effective, useful back bends. Remember that when you square your split, you are inevitably not going to be as close to the floor as you are with an open split because we're getting into those tighter muscles, right? You are going to have to lift up, push that hip forward, and not just sink down towards the floor. This is not a relaxing split. It's muscular. You're building strength. Please be patient with yourself. It is going to be worth it in the long run for you reaching your goals in a healthy, sustainable way. All right, everybody, please check out our other videos about learning the splits and like and subscribe if you're into us. We'd love to hear from you. Leave your questions in the comments section. And as always, happy bendings.